They have mocked him, they have shamed him, they have lied about him consistently on their show. And it was a joy to watch them on November the 6th when they realized that tens of millions of Americans do not listen to the lies that they have spewed. These women are completely out of touch with reality. And you're right, ABC should wake up. They just paid $15 million to President Trump's future library. That's a great thing for the American people.
This is going to be an emotional roller coaster, so everyone hold on tight. The dominant personality on The View, Goldberg, was recently embroiled in the biggest legal battle of her life.
They're actually coming out with a new promo for The View. I know that show that we can't stand to watch because, you know, she does things like this. She spits when she says the president's name.
Listen, take him seriously and take him literally.
I don't think that we have to. I think it would be remiss of us to not say Joe Biden knows how to do this. Yes, he knows how to do this. He's quite good at this. And you know, you can't refute anything with him because he just, when I say him, I mean
he rambles.
Trump. Yeah. He tends to just.
But can I mention one thing? Because
let's discuss a lawsuit worth $250 million. Insiders claim that Whoopi tried to flee the area prior to the crisis, but the authorities weren't fooling around. Yes, Whoopi was arrested when they stopped her at the airport. The focus of this scandal is Karoline Leavitt, who has been harassed by The View's so-called feminist panel for years. In light of this, what precisely is Whoopi being accused of? Why is ABC in crisis mode? And will the show as we know it end? For more startling updates, hit like and subscribe first. I assure you, you won't want to miss this. Alright, let's begin. Alright, let's look at the drama over time. The View's cast and Whoopi Goldberg had a history of dragging.
I would like this young lady this is her first job, I would like her to do a little homework. Because she said something yesterday that really pissed me off. And that was, she said, there will be no wokeness here.
Oh, yeah. Let
me explain something to you. Because without that wokeness, you might not have that job.
Yeah.
Because women were not invited to that table. Women were not invited to many tables in this nation. The reason we fought and busted our behinds to make sure that you didn't have to worry about that.
Anyone who tried to question their plot, disregarding conservative viewpoints, and demeaning them, but they messed with the wrong woman this time. It all started when Karoline Leavitt was attacked by Whoopi, who made such ludicrous and defamatory claims that Karoline was forced to take violent revenge.
I mean, I'm kind of wondering, ABC's in a lot of trouble. She's a problem. You got Brendan Carr on there, you know what. He's coming for him. He's restored all these bias complaints against the likes of ABC and NBC and CBS, and he's actually threatening that they may not allow for the affiliations at all those local stations for ABC all across the country, so much so that he sent a letter to one Bob Iger, who is the CEO of Disney. Disney is the owner of ABC News, which runs The View. And so now, interestingly, there's a new show for The View coming out on weekends, Whoopi, because you just can't get enough of it. But one Whoopi is not even in it. Not in it at all.
Karoline responded by accusing Whoopi and The View of disseminating false material in order to harm her reputation, and she filed an astounding $250 million defamation lawsuit against them. Even behind closed doors, ABC wasn't laughing, but Whoopi dismissed it as a joke. Advertisers were in a panic, executives were in a hurry, and legal analysts were already calling this one of the most spectacular courtroom clashes in daytime television history. But then everything went wildly out of control, and that's when the fun truly began.
You know, listen, if you don't have anything to say, you blab. You just go on and 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 on.
Rumors started to surface that Whoopi Goldberg was covertly preparing to take a one-way ticket out of the country as the legal firestorm grew more intense. You read properly, yes. She was reportedly apprehended at the airport trying to catch a flight to Europe in what many are characterizing as a last-ditch effort to escape the consequences prior to the lawsuit being dismissed. But the authorities were ready. According to reports, Whoopi was stopped at the gate by TSA and federal agents, halting her escape before it even began. Chaos quickly erupted, and pictures and videos of the airport confrontation went viral on social media, raising the urgent question of whether Whoopi was actually trying to escape her own catastrophe. ABC entered full-fledged crisis management.
While I vow to provide the truth from this podium, we ask that all of you in this room hold yourselves to that same standard. We know for a fact there have been lies that have been pushed by many legacy media outlets in this country about this president, about his family, and we will not accept that. We will call you out when we feel that your reporting is wrong or there is misinformation about this White House.
Boom. She's got more.
I would like to point out to each and every one of you that in 2024, when Joe Biden was in the Oval Office, or upstairs in the residence sleeping, I'm not so sure, egg prices increased 65% in this country.
Before the lawsuit was dropped, she was apprehended at the airport trying to board a plane to Europe in what many are describing as a last-ditch effort to avoid the fallout. However, authorities were ready, and TSA and federal agents allegedly intercepted Whoopi at the gate, preventing her escape from even starting within minutes. Rumors that Whoopi Goldberg was secretly organizing an escape on a one-way flight out of the country started to circulate as the legal firestorm intensified. While ABC was thrown into a full-scale crisis, internet chaos erupted when pictures and videos of the airport standoff went viral on social media, prompting some to wonder if Whoopi was indeed trying to escape her own calamity. Listen, you. Just blab if you have nothing to say, to be honest. Who can blame the executives for being in full-blown panic mode? According to ABC insiders, this is not merely a dispute, it is the scandal. The veracity of the View and a $250 million lawsuit involving a dramatic airport detention are now being questioned behind closed doors. Top executives reportedly have to choose between two severe options. After losing, Whoopi attempted to manage the consequences to avoid losing viewers, advertisers, and what little reputation they still had. Let's be honest, ABC is already in a vulnerable position. Viewers are turning off, ratings are declining, and advertisers are starting to fast reverse their positions. One insider claims that the network has even started to create a termination strategy, saying that this case is like petrol on a skip fire. Indeed, Karoline Leavitt isn't even flinching at the prospect of Whoopi's imminent termination. Karoline Leavitt didn't hold back when she made her statement, and she came out fire. For far too long, conservatives have been unfairly singled out and maligned by the mainstream media, but that's over now. Even if you agree with them, I won't stand by and let those who say they're in favor of women's rights ruin my image. Vicious and powerful, Karoline's supporters are incensed, viewing her case as a landmark moment and a warning to public figures in the media who have gotten away with too much for too long. Given that ABC is already under pressure, this might be the final straw that forces them to finally clean house. Now for the real question. Is this the beginning of the end for The View? It's your turn now. Was Whoopi Goldberg really trying to get out of the lawsuit by running away from the town? Will the toxic culture behind the scenes be addressed by ABC at some point? And will Karoline Leavitt's lawsuit have any impact? Share your opinions in the space provided for comments. Before you go, remember to hit the like and subscribe buttons for more frank updates and behind-the-scenes insights.